The Boy Who Fought Hitler. Thousands of Jewish teens fought the Nazis during World War II. Ben Kahm was one of them. You probably know a kid like Ben Kahm. He's short but strong. He has big ideas and a quick smile. But Ben grew up in a different place and time than you. He lived in Warsaw, Poland in the 1920s and 30s. Picture Ben running through the city with his friends. They zigzag around fruit sellers. They rush past men with long gray beards. You can hear the boys shouting goodbye as they head home for dinner. But wait, do you hear that too? As Ben walks by a neighbor, the man says something in Polish. Brudny Żyd, dirty Jew. Ben shivers, but he's used to these words. Anti-Semitism, prejudice against Jewish people, is a fact of life in Europe at the time. Like most of Warsaw's 350,000 Jews, Ben tries not to think about it. He holds his head up and walks on. Hateful lies. Picture Ben as he gets home. His 4 little brothers greet him at the door. His father looks up and smiles. His mother serves dinner. Ben is happy, but his life is about to change. As his family eats, an evil leader is rising to power in Germany, about 300 miles away. That leader's name is Adolf Hitler. At the time, Germany was struggling. It had lost World War I in 1918. The German people felt embarrassed. They felt tired and angry too. Hitler and his political party, the Nazis, used these feelings to gain power. Jewish people had lived in Germany and Europe for more than 1,000 years, but their religion and traditions were different from those of most Europeans. As a result, some people were prejudiced against them. Hitler gave speeches filled with hateful lies about Jews. He said they couldn't be trusted. He blamed them for Germany's problems. Hitler's words spread across Europe. People turned against their Jewish neighbors. Synagogues were destroyed. Jewish-owned businesses were burned to the ground. Nazi invasion. In 1939, Hitler ordered German troops to invade Poland. This started World War II. Ben was 18. Life for Poland's Jews changed fast. Many lost their jobs. They couldn't enter public parks. They couldn't go out after 5 p.m. People who broke these laws could be shot. Ben's parents wanted to leave Poland, but the Nazis quickly took over most of Europe. Escape became impossible. Then, in 1940, all the Jewish people in Warsaw were forced to move into one small part of the city. This area became known as the ghetto. It was surrounded by a 10-foot wall topped with barbed wire. About 400,000 people moved into the ghetto. Ben's family got one small room. The gates to the ghetto were closed. No one was allowed to leave. There was not much to eat. Ben and his family were slowly starving. It seemed like there was nothing they could do. Jewish fighters. But there was something Ben could do. Tens of thousands of people were fighting back against the Nazis. They were called partisans. They worked from bases hidden in the forest of Eastern Europe. Some partisans were experienced fighters. Others were teams. They blew up factories, sabotaged railroads, and stole weapons. This affected the flow of supplies to German troops. The partisans also protected Jewish families that had escaped the ghettos. Ben heard about a partisan group 100 miles away. It gave him hope. With his family's blessing, he snuck out and joined up. Terrible rumors. A few months after joining the partisans, Ben heard that his family was in trouble. He rushed back to Warsaw. He was shocked by what he found. His family was sharing their single room with 3 other families. Each week, the police rounded up more people and sent them away. None returned. There were scary rumors. People said the Nazis were killing Jewish people in prisons called concentration camps. Ben spent 2 days in the ghetto. He got food for his family. Then he went back to the partisans. Later, when he was sad when he thought of that day, he never saw his family again. Luck and sadness. For the next 2 years, Ben was part of a group of about 1,600 partisans. He often found Jewish people hiding in the forests. Old, young, children, Ben said. We took them with us, and they survived the war. Others weren't as lucky. By 1945, 6 million Jewish people would be dead. Nazi troops shot them, starved them, and worked them to death in concentration camps. This became known as the Holocaust. Rebuilding a life. The war ended in 1945. Germany lost. Many Nazis were executed for their crimes. Hitler took his own life before he could be punished. Ben was 24 by the time it was safe to come out of the forest. There was not much left of the boy he had been, but Ben rebuilt his life. The Nazis had killed his family. They would not take his future. Ben got married. He moved to America. He had a happy family. He had his own business. Before his death in 2010, he was interviewed about his life. I can't forgive people who killed innocent people, Ben said. Still, he felt lucky. I'm alive and can tell the story.